Welcome back to the channel. This is another beer from the last festival haul from this apartment. This is Samuel Smith's Organic Chocolate Stout. Malt beverage with natural flavor added, Samuel Smith's Brewery, Tadcaster and York's, product of the UK, and it's certified USDA organic. All right. And on the box it says, is it? Importers Merchant du Vin, importers of specialty beer. 12-ounce Victorian bottles. So these are considered Victorian bottles. It's an old style bottle. And it says on here, brewed with water from the original brewery well, sunk in 1758, the gently roasted organic chocolate malt and real organic cocoa used in this ale impart a delicious, smooth, and creamy character with inviting deep flavors and delightful finish. This is the perfect marriage of satisfying stout and luxurious chocolate that will lead to smiles and refills. Fermented in stone Yorkshire squares. Samuel Smith's brews at a small, traditional British brewery, the oldest brewery in Yorkshire. And then there's a picture on the back here. And it says, a brewer caring for a batch of ale during open primary fermentation. During open primary fermentation, I already read that part. Where the centuries-old Smith yeast strain produces the rocky white foam. This is 5% ABV, so it's in the sessionable range. It says you fermented in stone. The old brewery established 1758. And again, for those of you who have been with the channel since the beginning, or almost since the beginning, I've done this one before, back when I was buying them from Sprouts. It's got a nice tan head, and this, look at the color. It's a nice dark chocolatey color. I missed this. It's different from some of the other chocolate stouts we tried on here, namely because it's a more traditional stout. It's rich and chocolatey. Excuse me. And the malt blends well with the chocolate. Yeah. I never thought of that before. If you've ever had a chocolate malt, you'll definitely like this. In fact, if you're one of those people that likes to do hard floats, throw some vanilla ice cream in this. Good vanilla ice cream, not the cheap stuff. But if you're lactose intolerant, you might want to find a dairy-free alternative that will work well. I love the nice sweet aftertaste. If you like chocolate stouts and you have a way to get this, definitely buy it. I highly recommend it. If you can get it, buy it. You will like it. If you like chocolate stouts, you will absolutely adore this. Oh yes. Shirt of the day. This is the Vampire Freaks one I told you about that reminds me of The Simpsons because cats don't have ear bones. The other one that I usually wear that looks more like a cat X-ray is more like what a cat skeleton would look like in a cartoon version. This is just flat out what the heck. I had my skeleton shoes on at work with this too, so I'm going to go. I might default to, well, the skeleton shoes or the gray and black skull shoes or the black and white skull shoes when I wear anything with skeletons. At some point, I want to get another pair of slip-ons similar to the dress lily ones I had. There is that style out there. Dress Lily doesn't sell it anymore. I did find a place that has them rather. And once I move and I get a little bit of money stashed away for fun stuff for the apartment and possibly for me and for Stitch and Lilo when she gets there, which would be not too much longer, beginning of next month. It'll be fun. But until then, it's moving mode. But yeah, I definitely want to get another pair of those. I wore those things to death. Literally, they fell apart. And speaking of moving, I don't recall if I said, and it's probably in a video that is not uploaded yet. I start moving into the new apartment on the 22nd. My friend Mark is going to find a friend to help. We're going to get as much loaded in one truckload as possible, then drop my August rent off to the landlord so he'll give me the keys. He's holding the keys until I give him money. I can kind of understand that, but whatever. So, yeah, starting the 22nd, in a couple weeks, I will be moving. Finally. And once I get in, I will do another apartment tour. I did an apartment tour after I moved into the apartment in Albuquerque. I don't know where the video went. Might have dropped off, or I might have deleted it or something. I have no idea. I know I did one. I did an apartment tour, and I've done other apartment tours above and beyond. One of my original subscribers had wanted to see a tour, so I did a tour. So I will do, like I did in the last place, the place before here. I will do several tours as I work on the place and get it decorated and whatnot. And then when we get the new kitty cat, you will see lots of her as well. And once she's big enough, I will have two cats on the counter. Well, maybe not the counter because it's a totally different setup. Like I said, there is no breakfast bar like we have here. It's the kitchen. It's the kitchen up against the wall, like when I was in the Airbnb, and also in the previous apartment. But there I had a dining table. Ooh, if if the landlord left the dining table, we will do videos at the table as well. I've got a chair in the living room. I need to fix one of the rungs because it's loose, but there's some glue in there and hammer it down. It should be fine. So we may or may not end up doing beer reviews at the dining table. That might end up being tea and pajamas. Um, One of my favorite YouTubers, Matter Hatter, does tea reviews from his dining room table, and that's kind of a nice setup. I used to do tea and pajamas in my armchair, and then also on my love seat. I may or may not go back to that. we'll see. I have been basically doing team pajamas in the kitchen because I get lazy. So we'll figure out a new way, a different way to do team pajamas. It's always going to be every Wednesday. Once we get moved, it'll be back to every Wednesday, and then everything will go around that because people. Well, not everybody looks forward to it, but some people do. I had tried doing a coffee when it was originally Cat Bat. What's the name of my channel? It's Coffee with Cat Bat. That didn't catch on. Team pajamas has seemed to catch on, so we will keep that in some form. Anyway, I'm talking too long. It's 11 minutes. Oh, did I? Yeah, I showed you the label. I'll show you again. Can you see that? That is. It says Via Roma Cacao. The Old Brewery, Samuel Smith's Tadcaster. So basically, that's looks like a botanical print for cocoa beans or cocoa pods, possibly. And yes, I had saved one of these boxes, and I'm saving this one. It doesn't fit the spooky theme, but it's one that I like. And what's not to love about Victorian bottles and Victorian artwork and chocolate stout? So anyway, that's where I'm at with the move. 22nd, we start. My friend Mark and a friend of his are going to help me start moving. 22nd, probably the 23rd, and then I work for 3 days. And then once vacation hits, that's the dead run when everything has to be moved. And those of you that know me on Facebook, if you want my address, we can, I can add you to my Christmas list or Halloween list or whatever, which I'm going to get back into as well. And some of my Facebook friends who may or may not be subscribed here, I'm going to give them my address as well because they asked me. Because a couple people want to send me some stuff, so yeah, I don't give my address to everyone, but certain people I will. I'm rambling. It was a busy day at work, and I don't feel like talking about the holiday for reasons because I don't want you. Well, I don't want you to listen to a political channel. Anybody who has watched mainstream and also independent news, more importantly, independent news, understands what's going on. So I'm not going to go into that. But if you celebrate, happy 4th of July. Anyway, I'm done. I'm talking about everything and nothing. If you like these rambly videos that center around spooky and unique and sometimes mildly historical brews, and etc., give this a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe, hit the bell once. If you want notifications as to what lunacy this old zombie bat weirdo is going to upload next, hit the bell a second time. As always, feel free to comment, but let's keep it civil. No hate speech, and this is not a dating site. If you're going to do that, find a dating site. Yes. Where was I? Oh yeah. And feel free to share these if you wish. However, make sure you give me credit. That goes for any and all content creators on social media. If you share their videos, if you share their reels, don't put your name on them. That is wrong. That is tantamount to, well, not plagiarism, because plagiarism is stealing written information, but it's basically intellectual theft. So please don't. Share away, but make sure you give credit where credit is due. A lot of us don't mind being shared. It helps us out. But just make sure you don't put your name on it. That's all I'm going to say. That's my zombie mom rant for the day. Anyway, Do remember, as always, drive responsibly, take turns driving the hearse, give the designated Dracula a chance to imbibe if they wish, which falls into take turns. Um, and as always, take care of the cryptids, the shapeshifters, and other assorted rare and unusual beasts and monsters that are not being treated very well, that are being hated and being attempted to be erased. We should not let that stand. We need to protect them because they are precious and wonderful, just like the rest of us, and even more so. I'll see you in the next video. I love you guys. Bye now. Oh, yes, and don't forget your parasol and 100 SPF because I don't want the vampires to turn into a pile of ash either. Bye now.